はどっちの私がいい？
What, I can choose? Guess I like you the way you are. Well, not that I want you to keep acting like a doofus, but there's a lot I like about you right now.
例えば？
Let's see. For example, the way you're earnest and proactive about everything, the way you never give up on something without even trying. These last few weeks, I've deliberately said some pretty absurd things to Machina, made some unreasonable demands. Even so, the girl gives everything a try. She's eager to discover new things she can do, and willing to work hard at the things she can't yet manage. And when she does succeed at a task she struggled with, she comes running right over to me with her face full of pride, fishing for compliments. At the end of the day, the girl might just want my praise and respect, but it hardly matters why, does it? When I pat her on the head and say you did well, and see her squint like a contented kitten, mysteriously enough, I find myself thinking, alright, what should I teach her next? Almost like an affectionate parent. I find that more than a little strange, but I can't deny it makes me happy as well. I'm willing to bet my master felt something similar when she adopted me. Looking at it from that angle, this make-believe game seems almost like some karmic mission pressed on me by fate. It's a slightly creepy thought, but there's also something fulfilling about it. I definitely like having you around, and I think you're cute the way you are. But that doesn't mean I'm okay with you being a clown for the rest of your life. I want to make that clear.
まあね、私もずっとこのままじゃいられないってのは分かってるのよ。
Then please change and save me the headaches.
でも勉強したところで何が変わるの？っていうか、なんで勉強なんかしなきゃいけないのかな？
Maybe to learn? Let's see. In your case, the fact that you're already pretty comfortable financially might be the biggest problem. The most compelling reason to study is probably when it's a step towards some lucrative future or dream career. I mean, once you've decided what you want to do with your life, reading textbooks isn't exactly crucial. Like, if you're determined to become a pianist, not a pianist, it's pianist, you can focus entirely on studying the piano and ignore the rest. Well, that's something of an extreme example, granted. Point is, it doesn't matter so much what you're learning if you're really determined to become a concert pianist. For example, the piano becomes a lens through which you see everything else. By engrossing yourself in the piano, you can gain a rich, broad understanding of the world, the kind of deep knowledge you'd never pick up from thumbing indifferently through textbooks. This talk about pianos is bringing back some terrible memories of Your Lie in April. Great anime, but holy fuck. People can get myopic, of course. The difference between the word specialist and the term idiot savant, whatever, is the difference between seeing the world through your field and mistaking your field for the world itself. Peering through the lens I picked up from my master, I got a pretty decent feel for the way things work out there. And as I learned, every scope you can pick up offers its own unique perspective. Gazing through your chosen lens helps shape your values and define you as a person. Machina, do you have any, I don't know, dreams? Something you want to be when you grow up? That sort of thing?
そうね。今んところパン屋さんか狙撃兵ぐらいかな。
So the recent things that, I don't know, you could get bored of later. Okay. Well, you're not lacking in variety, at least. You've got the vaguely warm world of a baker, soothing people's souls through their taste buds, and a cold sniper tracking a distant target with death in their eyes. When it comes to common ground, I guess they're both occupations requiring a lot of stoic, behind-the-scenes effort. While I'm feeling a little dubious about Machina's future planning right now, as a parent, I should be trying to leave as many paths open to her as possible. And considering my role as her quote-unquote master, I feel obligated not to laugh in her face. That said, what exactly am I supposed to do for her right now? That's a lot less clear. Glancing down at my watch, I find the dial reaching 10 a.m. Alright, that's an hour. We're done studying.
まだ何もしてないのに。
Well, at least you're honest. If you're unhappy over wasting an hour of your life, why not use that time a little more productively tomorrow? Keep at it and take baby steps. That's how you form a lasting habit. I turn to the copy of Machina's schedule on the wall. The next block of the day has the words playtime scribbled next to it in sloppy letters. Seems we have some recreation next. But I have to say, doesn't the schedule have a great deal of playtime?
バイトのない日なんてそんなもんなのよさ。つうわけなんで遊んでよパパ。
Man, that could be taken out of context. Again with this. Play what?
パパは前の学校にいた時何して遊んでたの？
Fuck the chicken? Don't think I recall a lot of playing in general. I'd gotten used to a way of life where extracurricular activities were limited to eating and sleeping, so my off days were usually some combination of napping, reading books, and studying. As for the guys around me, it was all cards and ponies or boats. The rare outliers were the ones who opted for bikes or motorcycles instead. And I'm not about to ask the girl ponies or poker. In the first place, I only went to the races or casinos when they forced me to tag along on a group outing. In my old school, you needed to submit an application to leave the grounds on your days off. Without a stamped authorization card, they wouldn't let you take a step outside.
おお、なんか面倒なのな。
I mean, it doesn't sound easy. It was indeed. There were a bunch of people who didn't get out much, and myself included.
じゃあパパは今年の夏休みもずっと寮で過ごすの？
I mean, tomorrow is literally like, okay, wait, is it still tomorrow? Oh, okay, yeah, tomorrow, Thursday, is my last final. After I'm done with that, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lounge around my fucking room all day, every day, maybe get up for Christmas. I don't know. So, I would not blame Yuji if he would like to do that. God damn it, Yuji. No, I'm planning to visit a grave for one thing.
お墓？誰の？
Didn't we tell her? My master's in Yamanashi. Need to clean it up and all that. Yeah, we talked about this earlier, didn't we? Was it not with Machina?
いつ行くの？
Haven't decided yet, but sometime before the Bond Festival. Figured I'd set a welcoming fire.
じゃあ今日行こうよ。
Well, that was very abrupt. Today?
今から私お弁当作ってあげる。
Huh, well that was pretty, out of nowhere. To be certain, it seems a little more constructive than hanging around the dorm aimlessly. And I did give JB advance warning of my plans. It's a little sudden, but I don't see any reason why not. I take my private cell phone from my breast pocket, navigate to the number marked JB, Harudera Yuria, and press the call button.
はい。
The phone rings several times before JB picks up. Her voice oozes with the bleary displeasure of an overworked public servant, pulled out of bed by a telemarketer. Were you
こ
sleeping?
このところ面倒な仕事が多くてね。少し仮眠していただけよ。
Nope, just wanted to chat. It's about that trip to Asako's grave. I decided to go today.
また急ね。日にちが決まったなら3日前には報告してって言っておいたでしょ。
Close enough. Thing is, when I woke up this morning, Asako was standing at my bedside with a bitterly resentful look on her face, cursing me for not visiting her grave. I burst into tears and said, "You've got it all wrong! It's all JB's fault!" But she just didn't seem to buy it.
ちょっとなんで私のせいにしてるのよ。
Who else would I blame? JB, you were just sleeping yourself, right? Tell me, has Asako's spirit paid you a visit yet?
やめてよ。私そういうの嫌いなんだから。
Damn, we're rude. In any case, I've got to go visit Asako's grave ASAP. Give me permission to leave the prefecture.
わかったわよ。許可は出してあげるから、利用する交通機関と途中立ち寄り先を記載した行動予定表をメールで送ってちょうだい。
Affirmative.
まさかまた何日もかけて歩いていくつもりじゃないでしょうね。
No, this time I'll be using conventional public transport. Halfway through the sentence, I happen to notice Amine's helmet lying in the corner of the room. Hold on. Actually, I think I'll get there on my own power after all.
走っていく気？
Hell yeah! Fucking Forrest Gump that shit. No, I'll go by motorbike.
バイク？誰の？
I'm borrowing Amine's.
交通違反したり事故なんか起こしたりしたら大問題よ。電車にしなさいよ。
How many times do I have to tell you that I can't stand trains?
だったら許可しないと言っても聞かないんでしょうね、あなたは。
Glad to see you understand the nature of our situation. Give me the go-ahead.
使用する車体のナンバープレートと車体番号、それと自賠責保険の番号をメールしてちょうだい。
Gotta do things by the book here, apparently. Regardless of what we do. Got it. I'll send that before I leave. Alright then.
あまねえのボバ太郎で行くの？
Bobataro?
あまねえのバイクの名前。
Ah, yeah, that's right. Amane did say I could use it any time, you know. Figured I might as well take the chance to ride for the first time in a while. She did insure the thing properly, right?
わかんねえ。
Oh, lovely. The documents would probably be within the vehicle itself, I guess. Let's go take a look. After finding a motorcycle key engraved with the letter K, among numerous others dangling on a hook by the door inside Amane's room, Makina and I head to the parking lot near the courtyard. Amane does talk about this bike every once in a while, but I've never actually seen her riding the thing. In fact, although I've noticed a likely-looking vehicle sitting under a cover in the lot, I've never actually cast eyes on the beast itself. Amane once said, I'm not sure what the name was, but a Kawasaki 250, I guess. So at first I pictured some sporty touring model with a parallel twin engine. But then again, Chizuru described it as a chopper that wouldn't look out of place in an American biker gang. So just what do we really have here? Bracing myself for anything, I tear off the cover dramatically. What the hell? And still, the very first words out of my mouth are a simple expression of disbelief. Even before I removed the tarp, I had the feeling something was off. For a general commercial model, the thing was just too short and too long. And indeed, the vehicle under the sheet is no mere motorcycle. It's a genuine hot rod, ridiculously low set, modified so violently that I can't even guess what the original model was. This is ridiculous. Looks like they cut it apart with a blowtorch and saw, then mashed it back together. And the rear suspension's ludicrously short. Can't even remember the last time I saw a lowrider like this. Just from a glance, I can tell from the frames that the frame's been cut at the neck, then elongated with a new weld at a different angle. Sorry guys, I don't know anything about motorcycles. And the conventional seat rail seems to have been chopped off entirely, replaced by a small tandem seat, sitting demurely on top of a tacked-on flat rear fender. Hell, even the main saddle's been replaced with a cruiser seat. I've been expecting to find the documents in the shorter space under the seat, which clearly doesn't even exist anymore. For a moment, I just stare at the hacked-together monstrosity in astonishment. I'm not that familiar with the genre, but I guess it's the sort of motorcycle you'd call old school? I see. This really is the sort of thing you could picture some American biker riding. That said, the delinquents over there are all riding super sports or power cruisers these days. The only people who really appreciate the classic American style anymore are old men with beer bellies and the Japanese.
ああ、久しぶりに見たのよさ。
Is that true, actually? Only older Americans riding shit like this? Tell me, Makina, you have any idea where she stashed the papers?
多分そこ。他に入れるとこないし。
Makina points out in an inconspicuous leather tool bag hanging off the side of the motorcycle, secured by the fastener with a small padlock. Alright. There had been a small key I couldn't identify on the same ring as the motorcycle key. Guess that must be for the bag. Let's see. The papers are... Oh, there we go. After removing the lock, I began riffling through the contents of the cylindrical bag. Sifting through a minor assortment of tools, I discover a sheaf of papers rolled into a plastic tube. Owner, Suo Amane. We've got the VIN and the license plate number and the compulsory insurance. Looks like it's good through April next year. Damn, she's even got supplementary insurance, with a rider covering a passenger.
まあ、あまねはそういうとこしっかりしてるからな。
That's surprising with any of these characters. We should learn from her example. Alright then. Looks like there won't be any issues using this.
そうな。あとの問題は動くのかってことなのよさ。
What, is it not filled with gas or is it dead? What?
ここんとこあんまし調子が良くないらしいのよ。最近は全然乗っていなかったし。
Oh, lovely. Well, when you chop it up and sew it back together like Frankenstein's monster, it's hardly surprising the thing might get a little cranky.
じゃあボバ太郎のことは任せるのよさ。
Oops, whatever. Indeed, I'll take care of it. That said, easy enough to talk big, but what's the deal with this thing? I can't even tell what it used to be before they started hacking away at it. Looking at the papers, it seems like the base was an off-road motorcycle, more precisely a dual-purpose trail bike that could handle messing around in the dirt. But the motor model doesn't match the vehicle type. Did they swap in an engine from a totally different motorcycle? Completely ridiculous. Hell, where do you even put the key into this thing? There's nothing that looks like an ignition cylinder on the top bridge. After repeatedly looking over both sides on the frame, I finally discover the keyhole's been relocated under the main seat on the right. Inserting the key, I give it an exploratory half turn to the right, and in the custom mini meter wedge on the left of the tank, the green neutral light and red oil tank blink to life. Battery seems to be alive. I reach out to the right handle and feel around for the starter switches, but they aren't where I expected them to be either. Looking more carefully at the engine, the self-starter motor seems to have been removed entirely. The hole's plugged up with a black rubber stopper. It's a kick? Fighting down a wave of irritation, I look over the right side of the frame and find the kick start lever. It's unusually shaped, looks custom ordered, probably designed to keep the brake from getting in the way when you're kicking down to start it. Wait, is this thing forward on the left and mid-control on the right? Unbelievable. Guess I should be grateful they didn't throw on a suicide clutch while they were at it. Probably because the rear brake is a cable pulling drum type. The pedal's positioned further back compared to the shift lever on the left side. Seems like it'd feel a little weird. I mean, once the thing gets up to speed, you'll just be resting on your right foot on the forward peg anyway. But having to move your leg all the way back to get to the brake is even more disconcerting. In any case, let's see how the engine runs. I flip open the cap of the carelessly unlocked tank and find plenty of gasoline inside. And within seconds, I can see it petroleum shimmering in the summer sunshine. Looks as though the fuel's still good. After switching the pet lock valve under the tank from fuck my life. I was gonna spell off. God damn it. Ugh, I'm getting tired. From off to on, I pull the choke plunger on the carburetor halfway out. Then pull my foot on the kickstart and lightly press down on the lever, or press around on the lever in search of top dead center. The moment I discover the point of greatest resistance, I give it a good hard kick. Oh, that was easy enough. Considering how long the vehicle's just been sitting here neglected, the motorcycle starts up so easily that it actually feels like a bit of an anticlimax. A vehicle this heavy or heavily customized is normally a bit more ordinary. Was Amane actually keeping this thing maintained all the time it's been sitting here? Just as I'm feeling a good bit of admiration for its owner, there's a strange little sneeze from the motorcycle's exhaust pipe, and its vigorously idling engine abruptly stalls. Whoops. Well, I figured it wouldn't be that easy. I give the kick pedal another vigorous step, but this time it doesn't even cough. There's no sign of the ignition even engaging. You've got to be kidding me, right? Battered by the blazing summer sun, lukewarm sweat trickling heavily down my forehead, I mash down on the kick lever again and again. The neutral light's still on, so the electronics are still functioning. The battery's a small MF type designed to power mopeds and scooters, but with a kickstart that should be more than enough. Even though the electrical system's fine, we're not getting a spark, and the engine did start once just a minute ago, which would mean $10 says the CDI's on the fritz. Capacitor discharge ignition, or CDI for short, it's a generic term for an electronic device that controls the ignition of an engine. Among the extremely simple mechanical parts of a typical motorcycle engine, it stands out as a comparatively advanced piece of electronics. Because of that complexity, it's not uncommon for it to malfunction, especially given its position in a rough environment of high heat and constant vibration. And hard to speak. Sometimes it'll abruptly stop working entirely. Damn it, where's the CDI? Peering under the tank, I find the ignition coil and follow it along the harness. Now that's the turn signal relay. And this is the headlight booster relay. Okay, what's this thing? The fuse box. Fuse isn't blown. God damn it, it's hot! A black puddle of sweat forms on the ground beside me as I squat next to the bike. Black. Oh, it's on the ground. Okay, whatever. CDI, where's the damn CDI? After a good 10 minutes of groping along the harness, I finally noticed an inconspicuous side cover just below the seat of the left side. After removing it, I discover a square black object sitting next to the regulator slash rectifier. God damn it. Found it. There you are, you little bastard. Carefully removing the coupler connecting the CDI to the harness, I intensely scrutinize the little black box, but there's no visual evidence of it being damaged. And again, it's not exactly the sort of part you can reliably assess by eyeballing. Reaching my thumb around the plastic cover, I gently rub the electronic guts of the unit through their protective coat of epoxy resin, or one of the two. When the CDIs keeping your engine from starting, this will often be enough to bring it back to life. Of course, that's really just a temporary stopgap measure, not a resolution of the fundamental problem. But if this does get the engine firing again, that would confirm the CDI is responsible. Alright, we're going to stop it right here because I'm dying, and I've got other stuff I've got to take care of, so... We're on State of the World Tree 8. Another number, another day, something like that. Alright, so, like I said, please watch my my update video on the changes that I have planned for 2017 because this playthrough is affected majorly. So go ahead and check that out. I do hope that you guys enjoyed the session, though. If you did, please leave a like on one of these 2 episodes. Subscribe if you're new. And I guess just look forward to the next episode. And like I said, that update video, the changes for 2017, please check it out. Or don't. Your choice.